Hello Sagittarius rising and welcome back to BOBBI'S Tarot. Today, we're going to look at your overall love forecast for August 2026. For those of you who are single, someone from your past is about to re-enter your life. This is someone who once had genuine feelings for you. For some of you, the relationship never had an official label. You acted like a couple, but never actually defined the relationship. For others, you were just one step away from making it official. Then, out of nowhere, they disappeared from your life. It was a relationship that left you heartbroken. The reason they walked away wasn't because they didn't have feelings for you. At the time, they felt that being with you required too much emotional effort. They believed that if they continued this relationship, they would have to invest far more energy than they were ready to give. Looking after you and maintaining the relationship felt overwhelming to them, so they chose to leave. They decided to start over with someone they believed would be easier to be with. As a result, the two of you drifted apart. During that time apart, they did begin a relationship with someone else, someone they thought would require less effort and emotional investment. But things didn't work out. Once they experienced that relationship, they realized that no one treated them as fairly, sincerely, or as genuinely as you did. The Justice card appears here, showing that they've come to recognize your honesty, loyalty, and the way you truly cared for them. That realization is exactly what's bringing them back into your life. This time, they genuinely want to nurture the relationship. They want to put in the effort they weren't willing to give before. You'll likely hear from them unexpectedly. Their message or phone call will probably catch you completely off guard. For many of you, this may leave you feeling conflicted because you've already moved on. You've spent enough time healing, you're no longer thinking about them every day, and the pain has faded with time. So when they suddenly reappear, you'll find yourself wondering, what should I do now? Should I let them stay in my life as a friend? Or should I cut ties completely? The cards say that the decision is entirely yours. You have the freedom to choose what role, if any, this person will have in your life. If you decide to give them another chance, the cards suggest this relationship has the potential to become long-lasting. They've already experienced the consequences of their past choices. They've been through a relationship that failed to give them the happiness they expected, and now they've come back with a very different perspective. They're no longer searching for something easier or someone they think is better. Now they realize that the person who truly mattered all along was you. The choice is completely in your hands. For some of you, this returning person may be an air sign such as Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius rising. Now let's see what the oracle cards have to say. The first card is harmony. In the beginning, the relationship between the two of you wasn't balanced. This person believed they had to give everything just to make you happy. They felt they had to work incredibly hard to meet your expectations. Eventually, they became emotionally exhausted. They gave up because they believed they simply weren't capable of loving you in the way you deserved. This time, however, things are different. They've changed their mindset. They've grown into someone who now feels ready to take care of you and build a healthy relationship. They no longer see themselves as someone who isn't good enough. The next cards are, it is safe for you to love and engagement. The cards want you to know that if you choose to give this person another opportunity, it is safe to open your heart. This relationship has real potential to grow into something stable and serious. Some of you may finally receive the official commitment or relationship status that never happened the first time. The final card is flirt. This person's intentions are going to be very clear. They're not coming back to be just friends. They're coming back because they genuinely want to pursue you again. They want another chance to build a real relationship with you. That concludes the reading for those of you who are single. Now let's move on to the reading for those who are currently talking to someone. For those who are talking to someone, a positive shift is about to happen in your person's energy. The cards show that they're becoming much fairer and more balanced in the way they approach this relationship. In the past, you may have felt that they weren't putting in enough effort. There were times when it seemed like they genuinely cared about you, but something always held them back. No matter how much potential the relationship had, it just couldn't seem to move forward. The cards reveal that the biggest obstacle wasn't a lack of feelings. It was their fear of commitment. This person has been afraid of the responsibility that comes with a serious relationship. The idea of being committed felt overwhelming, so they kept trying to pull themselves away from you. Even though they have very strong feelings for you, even though they truly like you, the Two of Cups appears here, showing that the emotional connection between the two of you is real. If commitment weren't an issue, they would have no doubts about choosing you. For some of them, you're the only person they think about. You're constantly on their mind. But because they're so afraid of the responsibilities they associate with commitment, they've been forcing themselves to create distance between the two of you. The good news is that this is about to change. The cards show that they'll seek advice from someone they deeply trust. That conversation will give them a fresh perspective. Someone in their life will help them realize that if they truly want this relationship to grow, they first need to stop seeing commitment as a burden. Once they change that mindset, everything begins to shift. Their outlook on relationships becomes much healthier, and the connection between the two of you starts moving forward in a far more positive direction. For some of you, this person may be an air sign, such as Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius rising. Now, let's see what the oracle cards have to say. The first card is sleep. The cards encourage both of you to let this relationship develop naturally. There's no need to rush. If things move too quickly, it may overwhelm this person and cause them to retreat again. Right now, the best approach is to take things one step at a time. Continue getting to know each other slowly, and allow the relationship to unfold at its own pace. Most importantly, don't make them feel that love automatically equals pressure, responsibility, or losing their freedom. The next card is chemistry. The connection between the two of you is incredibly strong. Whenever you're together, conversation flows effortlessly. You share similar interests, enjoy the same kinds of things, and genuinely have fun with each other. Time seems to fly whenever you're together because you simply enjoy each other's company. The final cards are: stay optimistic about your love life and new love. These cards show that your person's energy is becoming much more positive than before. Their mindset is changing for the better. Because of that inner transformation, you'll begin experiencing a healthier, more balanced relationship, one that feels much more secure and emotionally fulfilling. That concludes the reading for those of you who are currently talking to someone. Now let's move on to the reading for those who are in a relationship. For those who are in a relationship, during this period, your partner is going to place a great deal of trust in you. The cards show that they're currently going through a very difficult time in their career or work life. Some of them may be dealing with a boss who abuses their authority or treats people unfairly. Others may be struggling with toxic coworkers, leaving them feeling overwhelmed and unsure of what to do next. Right now, they're carrying a lot of emotional stress. Because of that, they'll finally decide to turn to you for advice and support. They'll ask for your perspective and genuinely want to hear what you think they should do. What's especially meaningful about this is that your partner isn't usually the type to talk openly about their problems. Normally, they keep everything bottled up inside, but this situation has become so overwhelming that they can no longer carry it alone. For the first time in a long while, they're allowing themselves to be vulnerable with you. I actually see you feeling happy that they've chosen to open up. To you, this is a sign that they've let you into a deeper part of their heart. It makes you feel closer to them than ever before. The cards also show that your partner is an incredibly kind-hearted person. Unfortunately, that kindness sometimes makes them an easy target for people who take advantage of them. You've warned them about this many times before. But because it's simply part of who they are, they find it difficult to say no or reject people, even when they know they should. At this point, the best thing you can do isn't to solve every problem for them. Instead, be someone who listens. Offer your advice with compassion, but don't expect them to follow every suggestion perfectly. Even if they don't do exactly what you recommend, they'll already feel so much better simply because they have someone who listens without judging them. For some of you, your partner may be an air sign, such as Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius rising. Now let's see what the oracle cards have to say. The first card is shelter. This is a beautiful message. Your partner sees you as their safe place. You're the one person they feel comfortable telling everything to. They never worry that you'll betray their trust or use their personal struggles against them. They know you would never do that. They also see you as someone who is emotionally stronger and more grounded than they are, which is why they trust your guidance whenever life becomes difficult. The next cards are heart-to-heart conversations and finances and career. These cards clearly show that the two of you will have a very honest and heartfelt conversation. The focus of that conversation will likely be your partner's career, financial concerns, future plans, long-term goals, and everything connected to building a stable future together. The final card is healing family issues. Your partner is emotionally vulnerable during this period. More than anything else, they simply need someone to stay by their side, someone to hold their hand, someone to comfort them when they're feeling discouraged or emotionally drained. Sometimes, your quiet presence and emotional support will mean far more than trying to fix every problem for them. That concludes the love reading for Sagittarius rising. As always, please remember that tarot is meant to offer guidance. No reading will resonate with everyone, or be 100% accurate. If 70 to 80% of the reading resonates with you, that's already wonderful, and for some people it may not resonate at all. Take what feels right for you, and always trust your own judgment. If you enjoyed today's reading, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Bobby's Tarot so you won't miss future readings. Thank you so much for spending your time with me today. I'll see you again in the next video.